Oh gosh, I have got some absolutely shocking tea to spill about Dwight Howard and his ex, Royce Reed. Child, what she just revealed about his private business is more scandalous than anything you could possibly imagine, and trust me, we're going to get into every single detail. Listen, the tension between Royce and Dwight right now is so thick you could cut it with a knife, and Dwight just learned the absolute hardest way possible that Royce is not the one you want to play games with. This woman has always been ready to take things all the way there, and when it comes to drama, baby, she stays prepared. But this time, oh honey, this time she's not just spilling regular old tea about Dwight. She's brought out the whole entire tea set because she's exposing some absolutely wild stories about his alleged involvement with, wait for it, Diddy. Yes, you heard that right, Diddy. But before we dive into all this fresh piping hot tea that Royce just served, we need to take a quick step back because this isn't even the first time Dwight's been caught up in some seriously questionable situations. Let me take you back to 2023 when he got hit with this absolutely crazy lawsuit from a man named Stephen Harper. The way this whole situation unfolded is just child. So here's how it all started. Stephen made the first move using his burner Twitter account to slide right into Dwight's Instagram DMs. Now, when Stephen sent over his phone number, something about it must have caught Dwight's attention because he actually responded with a devil emoji. The flirting started right away. Stephen called him Sue Sexy, and Dwight came right back with none you. Then Stephen mentioned he was about to hop in the shower, and baby, that's when things started getting real steamy. They went back and forth, chatting about their daily lives and what they had planned, but it didn't stay innocent for long. They started making these plans to link up whenever they were both in Atlanta, and Dwight asked to see Stephen's main Instagram page. Whatever he saw there must have impressed him because next thing you know, he's asking Stephen for some intimate pictures, if you know what I mean. And trust me, Dwight liked what he saw so much that he started begging for more. The conversation took an even spicier turn when Stephen asked, "I got you, Poppy. Also, what are you into? Do you like freaky is?" And let me tell you about Dwight's response because it is absolutely sending me. He said, "Yes, I'm into freaky is now I want you to know I'm not like gay or anything. I'm just a little nasty. Sometimes I don't want to offend you." Can you believe the audacity of this man making plans to hook up with another man while claiming he's not gay? The cognitive dissonance is real. Things escalated real quick after that. They kept making these plans to hook up, and Dwight started asking for even more explicit pictures. And when I say explicit, honey, I mean the kind with certain fluids involved, if you catch my drift. Finally, Dwight asked Stephen to come over, and Stephen wasn't playing around. He immediately asked for the address, booked an Uber, and was headed straight to Dwight's house. Now this is where things start getting really messy. When they were discussing plans, Dwight asked if Stephen was down for a threesome, man or woman, but Stephen shut that down real quick. He wasn't comfortable with that, especially since it was their first time meeting in person. Dwight supposedly agreed to keep things chill, but child, that is not what ended up happening.
So when you sit here and you think that I'm bitter about him being engaged to somebody else, it's a cycle. It's a PR stunt. And he's gonna probably follow through with it. But it's because he knows that the real about him is coming out. Ask him about Ray Edwards and their parties. Ask him about the red dress that he wore during a Diddy party. Like, we're not gonna do that. I know too much, and the reason I'm talking now is because if something happens to me, y'all know.
According to Radar Online, when Stephen got there, things started off pretty low-key with some kissing and making out. But then, out of absolutely nowhere, Dwight left the room and came back with someone dressed as a woman named Kitty. The details that came out in the court documents are absolutely horrifying. According to Stephen, Dwight wanted a three-way with Kitty, but Stephen wasn't having it. Things started getting uncomfortable when Kitty began performing oral action on Dwight. But wait, it gets worse. Stephen says he made it clear he was uncomfortable and didn't want to participate, but Dwight wouldn't listen. Instead, he allegedly told Stephen he was going to do whatever and he was going to like it. The court documents describe a terrifying situation where defendant stood up towering over Stephen, grabbed Stephen by the thighs, forcibly removed Stephen's underwear, held Stephen down, and performed non-consensual oral action on Stephen. Y'all, I cannot even begin to express how disturbing this is. Stephen said he was literally in fear of imminent bodily harm when he was pinned down and forced to stay there. The only reason Dwight allegedly stopped was when he realized Stephen wasn't enjoying it, but somehow, and I mean somehow, the situation managed to get even worse. According to the court documents, Dwight then ordered Stephen to his bed where Kitty was having intimacy with Dwight, and Stephen claims Dwight forced him to perform oral action. When Stephen tried to leave and call an Uber afterward, Dwight made Kitty take him home instead. Now, while this case was eventually dismissed in court, it didn't just disappear into thin air, especially now that Royce is coming forward with these new claims suggesting this wasn't just a one-time thing. Let me tell you about what Royce just revealed in this absolutely explosive three-part series called I Had a Baby with Superman. When I tell you she held nothing back as she dragged Dwight Howard through the mud, I mean nothing. She spilled all the tea about everything from cheating accusations to claims of mistreatment, painting a picture of their relationship that is anything but flattering. But the real bombshell? She dropped this absolutely wild hint about Dwight allegedly attending these secret parties thrown by none other than Diddy. And honey, she wasn't done there. Royce dropped this cryptic hint about Dwight supposedly wearing a red dress to one of these infamous gatherings. Now, if you've been paying any attention to the gossip over the years, you know there's been endless chatter about Diddy's exclusive, high-profile parties where allegedly anything goes. Royce's comments just poured gasoline on that already blazing fire. She really went off on him a couple of days ago, accusing him of going out of his way to make things difficult for her. Let me share her exact words because they are absolutely everything. I tried to take the high road, I promise I did, but when you mess with my money and the means I need to raise our child, then claim I don't work, kiss my entire no penetration, I'ma tell it all. I told you to leave me the F alone, now get your popcorn for this, Mr. Sassy. But wait, there's more. She continued with this absolutely scathing message. I said leave me alone several times for years. I tried to mind my business as much as possible. I'm human and moved on. Yet people call me everything beside my name. I let people run with false narratives. I was told it'll blow over. It's not worth it. Just lay low. Nah, not anymore. Every time I start dating someone, he starts acting a fool. Swear fall for the fake as if you want to. There's a pattern. The way she just let it all out. She wrote, this evil son of Satan refuses to allow me to be happy. Every year he does some dumb, is then acts oblivious and blames his attorneys, claiming to not know using kids, family deaths, and extortion tactics just to smile on the internet or cry victim is terrifying, so get the F out of here with the BS, run my mama her money back and tell the darn truth. As crazy as all of this sounds, fans are saying it actually makes a lot of sense when you put all the pieces together. Think about it. We've heard all these stories about what allegedly goes down at Diddy's parties, including men dressing up as women. And when you consider Dwight's SA allegation where the alleged victim accused him of trying to force him to get down with a man dressed as a woman, well, honey, it's all starting to add up. Well, it looks like Dwight is not happy about Royce airing out all his private business because he had his lawyers send her a cease and desist letter. But did that stop Royce? Absolutely not. She took that letter and posted it right on her Instagram with the caption, well, we knew this was coming, guesses too many people on my side now, and just crawling up that leg bit by bit, cease and theist, what more do you want from me? I guess you're going to send the whole world a season toast, huh, coward? The internet is absolutely living for all this drama. The comments are going crazy with fans saying things like, I believe everything Royce Reed said about Dwight Howard, though he needs help. He's not living his true being as a gay man. When a guy refuses to come out of the closet, most of them hate on women and mistreat them. Others are calling him out, saying, for Dwight Howard to still pull and date black women after all the public scrutiny he's been getting over the past years, from dealing with gay men and living a gay DL lifestyle, is diabolical AF, like are black women that desperate to still want to date him after finding out about him. Child, this whole situation is messier than a toddler eating spaghetti with no bib. The tea is scalding hot. The drama is at an all-time high, and everybody is watching to see what's going to come out next in this absolutely wild situation. One thing's for sure, this story is far from over, and something tells me Royce might have even more tea to spill. Stay tuned, because this drama train is nowhere near its final stop. And trust me when I say this, when it comes to messy celebrity drama, this story right here, it's taking the cake, the plate, and the whole entire bakery. The way everything is unfolding, we might need to grab another bag of popcorn because this show is definitely not over yet. Drop your thoughts in the comments because I know y'all have plenty to say about this absolutely shocking situation.